Hey, let's explore in this video what could be the future of blockchain and cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. Imagine a community where many people don't have a bank account. All it takes is a smartphone and a basic internet connection to start using Bitcoin. It may sound like science fiction, but in places such as Nairobi, it's already happening, with benefits and risks to consider together. In countries where opening a bank account is complex or costly, a Bitcoin wallet can serve as an entry ticket to financial services. You only need a smartphone and basic connectivity. An AfriBit Africa initiative distributed small amounts of Bitcoin to informal workers, for example waste collectors. Some shopkeepers and motorcycle taxi drivers now accept Bitcoin payments, lowering fees compared to local alternatives and speeding up transactions. Bitcoin can be used for international remittance. Sending money from abroad can be expensive. Using Bitcoin or stablecoins can cut costs and waiting times, reducing the high fees typical of traditional remittance channels. International NGOs use blockchain to trace aid flows, allowing donors to see that funds reached the final beneficiaries, reducing waste or suspicion of corruption. To develop the usage of Bitcoin in emerging countries, it is mandatory to provide simple training on wallet use. Without this foundation, the technology can create problems instead of solutions. Bitcoin in emerging markets is a powerful tool when used with awareness. It can improve financial inclusion, make donation faster and more transparent, and offer alternatives where traditional banks struggle. However, it requires preparation, some infrastructure, and collaboration with communities. Bitcoin can be seen as a substitute for the banks. Imagine needing to pay a supplier on the other side of the world. With traditional bank transfers, it takes days and fees vary. Every transaction is recorded on the blockchain. There are clear records without chasing confirmations from various banks. Just check the address and the transaction is there, immutable. For those working with suppliers in countries with slow banking systems or currency restrictions, Bitcoin can become an alternative channel that opens otherwise complicated opportunities. Crypto transactions can have low fees, much lower than international bank transfers or credit card fees, because they eliminate multiple intermediaries. Once confirmed on-chain, the transaction is final, useful for pre-approved contracts between companies seeking certainty. Accepting Bitcoin can attract suppliers or customers in emerging markets, expanding the business network. Being among the first companies to use crypto solution in business to business can convey an image of innovation, useful for convincing stakeholders and investors. Major players like Lightspark or OpenNode offer plug-and-play APIs to integrate Bitcoin into B2B flows, handling automatic conversions and Lightning channel liquidity. What would happen if one day Bitcoin become the currency for all of us, used to buy bread or pay rent? Imagine central banks and investors of all kinds including Bitcoin in their portfolios as they do today with gold. The programmed scarcity of Bitcoin make it a digital gold in their eyes. For international transfers, using Bitcoin could become more efficient than traditional bank wires, shorter times, known fees, and fewer intermediaries. However, Bitcoin is notoriously volatile. Even if volatility might lessen with very large markets and hedging tools, in the short to medium term, it remains an obstacle for paying salaries, bills, or everyday purchases. No one wants the price of bread to double or halve overnight. If Bitcoin became the primary currency, governments would lose control over monetary policy. They could no longer issue new money to stimulate the economy in a crisis or manage inflation. This would be a total revolution. Ubiquitous internet access and devices are required everywhere. As long as there are areas without coverage or non-digitalized populations, a total replacement excludes many. A technological exclusion would become a monetary exclusion. Adopting Bitcoin as a global currency demands an unprecedented worldwide consensus. It's hard to imagine this in a world of divergent national interests. Many prefer currencies issued by recognized authorities. Convincing the entire global population to trust a decentralized system takes time, education, and a level of transparency not everyone is ready to accept. It's more realistic to see Bitcoin to coexist alongside local currencies. To conclude this video, Bitcoin as the primary global currency, the coexistence with sovereign digital and local currencies seems to be the most practical scenario. What do you think? Do you think one day we could truly pay for our morning coffee in Bitcoin? Goodbye and see you soon!